Hello everyone, I'm DrAdreus and today I am here to show you another one of my deck profiles. As some of you might know, I won the first EU online tournament for Battle Spirit Saga in Set 1 with purple. And this is basically an updated idea of the deck that I used back then. But yeah. So first for the spirits, I have 26 spirits, and also I'm currently running a 51 deck, or 51 card deck. You could go to 50 by removing like Impaler, Forest, or one Torn Prison if you absolutely want to. But for now, I'm good with the 51. But yeah, for the spirits, I have 4 Camelot Knight, cost 1. It's pretty simple. Cost 1 has 1 reduction, so you can sometimes play it for free, and it has curse if you have Soul Core on it, which works out with the Meduc, which I have as a one-off in the main board and one as one in sideboard, which is of course for white control and Kikano Rex and stuff like that. The thing that people want to Dream Bomb away usually. Then I run 3 Beldegor of the Dark World 7. The usual immortal thingy that you can play for 2 cost with the reduction, and with the when summoned, select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits that cost 4 or fewer and destroyed, which is still pretty useful and sees a lot of play, to be honest. I think some people might also be dropping Beldegor from the builds these days, depending on the amount of like cost 4 and 5s. Like even I only run like Lamorak and Mordred that are actually targets for Beldegor, but usually those are enough and they combo well enough with it as well. Like as well, because Lamorak has like the ability to remove a core when it's destroyed, which is really useful. But like if you don't want to run Mordred and basically just run Lamorak, I don't think you even need to run Beldegor if you have ideas for other stuff, but you should still have some spirits in. And honestly, being able to destroy cost 4 or fewer exhausted spirit is already pretty good, especially with the Torn Prison that we play at 3 in the main, that can exhaust opponent spirits, which also works together with Netherworld Depths. But either way, let's continue with the cards. Then there's Dark Knight Agglevale, 3 cost 2 reduction, also from set 1. At level 1 and 2, if it's destroyed with the Soul Core, you get to draw a card, and the level 2, it has Curse, which is another reason why we play it, and of course, having like the draw power is also good. And then one of the best cards in purple. Technically, you could also run more of this and maybe less Beldegor as well if you absolutely wanted to, because it's draw power. But for now, since I'm still running Mordred myself, I think this is fine. So basically 3 cost, Serpent, 1 reduction. At level 2 and 3 it has Curse, and at level 3 if it has Soul Core, when it attacks you draw a card. So of course a lot of these cards all need the Soul Core to do stuff, like Camelot Knight, Agglevale and Assassin. But if you're planning to attack with Assassin, of course it has the Soul Core. And if you're not planning to attack, you usually want it on Agglevale. And if you just want to bait out some attacks with like actually curse, like more curse attacks, then you have it on Camelot Knight. After that, like I said earlier, we run 3 Dark Knight Lamorak, which is the cost 4, with 2 reduction. And with this, level 1, 2 and 3 when destroyed, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove one of its cores and place it into their reserve. And level 2 and 3, during your turn, the first time one of your purple spirits is destroyed each turn, return that spirit card from your trash to your hand. So with this, you need to think of the fact that like if you sacrifice a spirit by using up its cores before any other destruction, that cannot return to hand because that's self-destruction. But for instance, like one cool combo you can do with this is like if you've used your Curse Dragon combo and you want your Curse Dragon back, for instance, you can use Deadly Balance, to destroy your opponent's spirits during the main phase, and also then destroy your Curse Dragon, and then you can use Lamorak to bounce your Curse Dragon back, which you can then reuse. Or you can also use it with Black Lance, to reuse your Black Lance for the draw effect. And yeah, I also run 2 Black Lance, which is the Tournament Pack 1 promo. It's pretty cheap currently. Like, I think you can find them for a few euros if you look in like eBay or some other stores. Whatever you can use. It depends on whether you're in Europe or America, I guess, or somewhere else. But with this, it has 4 reduction, cost 6, and you can, if you summon it at level 2 or 3, which is what you can do, or usually do, you draw 2 cards, so... And it also has curse at level 1, and 2 and 3. But yeah, and even after like you do that, you can then reuse the cores for something else. Like I mentioned before, I use Deadly Balance sometimes just to combo like more draws while destroying stuff with Black Lance. But in general, you can use that to get like any of your spirits that you want back to your hand back. Like, you can use it with Baculus if you want, like, on a later turn, if you want to do Curse Dragon combo again. Or something. Then I run 2 Dark Knight Mordred, which is basically, well, core drain except with the body. It has 2 reductions. When it's summoned, you select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits, remove 2 core from it, and place them into their reserve. And then also level 2 and 3, when it attacks, you select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it, and place it into their reserve. So yeah, it's still pretty good. I liked having more like core removal, even the one-offs, just because I still run Baculus. And you won't always have the Curse Dragon in hand or enough core for it. And this gives you kind of like more of a reason to sometimes like use this early on if it gives you more destruction. Then also, of course, I run 2 Dark Bishop Baculus. I also have one of them in the sideboard. But for now, in the main, I think 2 is enough. So with this, when it's summoned, you remove all but 1 core from each spirits and place them into the owner's reserves, which is of course the combo with Curse Dragon, where you just summon Curse Dragon and kill everything. But Curse Dragon itself, I also run 3 of it in main. It's still good versus aggro, and of course the combo is good and you get like cores out of it. So I still like running 3. I don't think 2 is enough. And yeah. I also run a 4th Curse Dragon in the sideboard in case I fight against, like, aggro more. Or if I'm in matchups where I don't need the Meduke at all. Possibly. Though sometimes you can, like, if you absolutely need the full Curse Dragon combo, you can also throw the Baculus there instead of the Meduke. But there's a lot of options with that. And then I run 7 Nexus, 1 Impaler Forest. So during your attack step, when you destroy one of your spirits with one of your effects, your opponent selects one of their spirits, remove a core from it, and place it into their reserve. So if your opponent goes wide, you can basically use this together with Deadly Balance and perhaps even Dark Knight Lamorak to just like kill 3 spirits, I guess. If they have like bunch of stuff with 1 core, which can be very good. And even if not, like even if they have like a spirit with 2 cores and like 1 spirit with 1 core, if they destroy the one with like 1 core with Deadly Balance, Lamorak and Impaler Forest in that case would like kill the last one as well. So it's very good. And though the main effect why I run it is the level 2 effect with 3 cores, during opponent's end step, at the start of the step, you may discard the top card of your deck. If you do, select the spirit card in your trash and return it to the top of the deck. So with this, you can get back stuff like Meduke, Mordred, Lamorak, well, basically any of your spirits, Black Lance for draw power, Curse Dragon or Baculus for the full Curse Dragon combo, if you're missing one piece from doing it. It's very beneficial in late game. And obviously this deck has other uses for it as well. And currently, though I run 3 Deadly Balance, you could technically run 1 more Deadly Balance as well over like 1 Thorn Prison if you wanted to. If you feel like that would be good. But for now, I think my current ratio is good. As it is, at least. I personally liked it a lot in testing. Then I run 2 Rotting Swamp, which has during your attack step, draw a card when one of your spirits is destroyed. So of course, because you have a lot of the low power spirits, especially with the curse, this makes it so that you can attack more with basically everything. And then you get to draw cards if your opponent does stuff to you. And comboing that together with like draws from Assassin, Netherworld if they block, and also Mordred, like killing stuff and all that stuff, you just get a lot of like value out of it too. Then I run 4 Netherworld Depths, which is, well, best Nexus in the game, and there's some drama going around with this card as well, people wanting it to get banned, which I personally wouldn't care all that much. Like, if they banned this, I would just run 4 Rotting Swamp and then put some purple Smoke Valley in the deck. Like, purple would still have draw power, it's just other decks that splash Netherworld Depths in, like, I guess yellow that's not Fabled Beast can run it at 4 easily. All green decks run it, Axe Spider runs it, all that, like, it's just very good. Then I run 2 Core Drain. I have a 3rd Core Drain also in the sideboard. In case I face like Kikano Rex or I guess red in general. I think it's a really good card against red and also yellow. You get rid of stuff like Dual Eagles or Kikano Rex easily. But that's also why I run some Mordred here. And if there's like a specific Nexus you don't need, you can also sideboard it out easily. And yeah, then I run 3 Deadly Balance, which of course is the combo with Impaler Forest and also lets you draw if you use it on your own attack step with Rotting Swamp, and has the combos I mentioned earlier with Lamorak and stuff like that as well. Then for Absolute Ice Shield, of course, which is just a stop battle, yay. Gore Depth, which is good against Meduc and Derm Dyna and stuff like that. 3 Thorn Prison, which is also really good with Netherworld Depths because you use this. Even though it exhausts 2, of course you only draw 1 for each Netherworld because of how like because they're exhausted at the same time. It only procs it once. But for each Netherworld you have, you draw a card then, and that's just a lot of value for stopping attacks, which you can still also, like, if you use this defensively on your opponent's turn, they will still be exhausted for your own turn as well, which you can then get rid of with like Mordred or Core Drain possibly as well. This is why you could run the 3rd Core Drain if you wanted to. Like, you could even put this to like 52 and then add some other like spirit or something to the sideboard to have like more spirits if you need them. And then I run 4 Burning Force because Depths is the main reason. And of course also if yellow was actually used in tournaments for Phantasmal Paradise as well. But in general, getting rid of opponent's card that can draw them several cards is a good thing, and even without that, you can destroy a bunch of small stuff. Sometimes if you don't have Curse Dragon, you can also combo Burning Force together with Dark Bishop Baculus to destroy stuff that you lower the levels for. And stuff like that too. But yeah, that's, I think, everything for this deck, except of course there's the 3 Dream Bombs in the sideboard for, well, it's also a good card against Netherworld Depths if you need it. I would sideboard this usually against white, simply to get, like, against Axe Spider to remove Axe Spider and the Depths from the board. And obviously then there's Or, well, if not Axe Spider, then also DrAdreus. You don't really need to worry about Meduke as much playing purple. Because obviously you just like core removal it. Like, Meduke isn't an issue for you, usually. And most people would not like play Meduke against purple. Like, if I play against another purple, I would sideboard it out immediately. But yeah, so that's good for that. And of course, you could also run the fourth one here too, but I don't think you would usually want to sideboard that many in. So for now, 3 is good. And then I run 3 Feral Slash, which I guess it's mainly there for like yellow. Just in case I face some random yellow. But no other really reason. And also, of course, like it's good versus aggro as well. With the burst effect. But yeah, that's everything for this deck profile. I hope this was helpful and some of the stuff I told about, like, the deck helps. It does still have a pretty bad matchup against, like, white that simply runs Netherworld. And, like, the 3 to 4 Infinity Shields and 4 Suppressions with 4 DrAdreus. Because it's really hard for the deck to, like, get through that. But, otherwise, I would say it's, like, one of the top decks in the game at the moment. Yeah. Thank you for all who watched. If you liked the video, I hope you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't like it, well, then just don't. I'll see you again another time when I have another deck profile for you guys. Thanks for watching.